Alright, so before I even begin with this one, I'm trying to start drama or craziness or any of the stuff. I'm cutting the outro, by the way, and intro too. This isn't a freaking huge freaking drama, beef debate or expose on this, expose on that. And I'm trying to start high school, middle school, high school, college, even community college drama with freaking my boy here, Rich Vespucci, aka Mr. ReviewTechUSA. I talked about this dude billions of times on my channel. I said nothing but good things. Literally, absolutely, positively, literally, virtually kissing the dude's big, OG, fat, hairy ass. And I was like, he gives me a lot of those old school times when I was still like a junior, senior in high school. So he's only like old enough to be my older brother. He's like 42, 43 years old. And I'm like barely gonna be 35, so he is old enough to be my older brother. He was like the cool older brother I used to look up to when it came to like technology and tech updates, like the iPhone shit, future like stuff and platforms of that. I'm not gonna attack him like I did with freaking Very Dark or Young Ye, Hopeless Peaches, Creep Show Art, and the really old ones like that. Say bad shit about him like a few other fools out there, or James Charles or any of that shit. No. Not coming at the dude's throat, jumping at the dude's neck or any of that at all. I mean, from one big husky fat dude with man sets like him, another, like, he enjoyed a lot of the shit that I liked when I was in high school and he was in college. And he was doing university and shit, so no animosity to the dude, no any hate. I don't want any of that stuff, any at all. He says it's time to move on. And sad, man. Like I said this. Have any of you guys ever seen any of my serious commentary reaction videos, or just my wild, wacky, kooky reactions when I do video game stuff or stuff from Hell of a Boss? I might do the Has Been Hotel reactions, but just on my backup channel, just in case I don't get a copyright claim or strike. So I don't want to focus out on here. But yeah, each one's go. I sped it up to 125 because I don't want to get blamed or any of that stuff. But excuse the freaking thing I hadn't had in years, like 2.5 years since. Actually, no, not 2 years. Might have been 7 years. It's had full, not boneless wings, the wings with the bone in it. That's why you're seeing this freaking orangey red stain right there. Usually don't do that, and I'm a little bummed out here, so I'm bumming it out today. So I wasn't expecting to do this video, but I wanted to do it because this was a dude I watched for so many years, like 2014, I think, or early 2015. Like many years. It's crazy if he actually does quit YouTube, man. Honestly, he had a follow-up video too, so I'll talk to a little bit. I'll intervene whenever I have to intervene. This dude, he does this as a full-time, pure career job. That's his thing. Man, just do it as a part-time hobby at the time. So see what my dude Rich got to say.
See, I didn't do the sigh. I didn't do this. I kind of sighed when I sat down, but I always sigh if you watch my live streams.
No, the only thing I know that he had beef with is the old school fools, like way back in the day, like Rice Gum, iDubbbz. Even the other dude like Leafy is here back in the day. I know he had a huge mega beef with Keemstar back in the day. Whew. He really didn't like Daniel Keem unless he put his differences aside. The Keemstar, the little non-gnome, everyone knows how Keemstar was, even though granted was way old school water and I think that might have been how I found ReviewTechUSA. I loved his stuff after Sons, even though there's a few things I disagree with him there. I can maturely, as a grown man, say, even though I'm young enough to be his little brother. It's crazy, man, if he really does quit YouTube 100%, because I think he said he's still doing his live streams, so luckily, hopefully he's taking a break like me, Candy, and Flash Kids does. I really hope he is.
No, I'm not trying to plug that yet, so don't worry, but people make fun of me that I sound like Wings, because whenever he walks back in the room from like taking a dump or something, he always...
I forgot about Wings of Redemption. Yeah, he does that real raw, old school Seth Rogen comedy. That's kind of what Rich does.
Goes, So maybe that was the reason that I did it. But hello, everybody. You're probably going to look at this video and say this is a Rich of Tomorrow moment, and I'm doing this in circumventing Jay, because I know if I talk to Jay about making this video, he would try to talk me out of it, which he understandably and nicely did a few times before, and I credit him for that. He was doing it to look out for my best interest, not to be, just push me. But it's time. ReviewTechUSA is kind of done.
Wow.
I've realized it for a while.
I never thought I'd hear the day, man. There's so many years of watching this fool, man. I've been subbed to him as long as I've been with Tyra Banks and Crystal Fisher, too.
Well, it's had some peaks where, like, something happened where it blew up. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe things are going to change, and then it would go back down, and then it would go up, and it would go back down. And I just got to read the room. I got to read the writing on the wall. There's two things I got to read. ReviewTechUSA has had its moment. There's no other way around it. At least in its current form, like news, it has to die, Jay. The news has to die. It got to go away. There's no one that could convince me out of it this time. It's not just my channel too. I've looked at other channels' metrics, and do I have a booger? I don't care. I feel like gaming news channels, minus a handful, which I'll give credit where credit's due, it was a relic from a different era.
I gotta disagree, man. There's so many other video game industry news channels out there. Like, this other one I just found a month ago, my dude Mugen Lord, years ago, from this old school, like Spawnway TV, RGT85, Dreamcast guy, another fool, Player Essence. The list goes on and on and on. Those like two old school ones I used to one like talk about, like sometimes Hamster Bomb, and then my other dude, like what's his name? Says Hamster Bomb. Stone Fox Media. That was a really cool dude back in the day, man. I think he quit YouTube because I think his wife passed away from cancer or something. I don't know. My boy Rich, man. Maybe he's feeling down, especially January, February. Those are the two worst months. If you're a real classic old school YouTuber, you don't get paid by Google for a while. Your ratings and your monetization goes real down. That's why you see a shit ton of people do sponsorships from all the way through at least late March or early April. They start doing them less. I think that's why Rich ReviewTechUSA is feeling a little bit down in the dumps. I've been there. Bro, I've been there. Especially in January, February, March, April. Except for the end of January when it's my birthday, and then it feels a little bit more better again. But other than that, the rest of the time is just a slump, bro. Depression, bro. And anxiety. It's ridiculous. Maybe that's what he's feeling. I remember, I think last year he did talk about something about, unfortunately, his daughter suffered for some rare, weird, scary genetic disease. I remember he talked about it 2-3 times in his video. I pray that his daughter gets better, man. My thoughts and prayers go to his daughter for getting a way more healthier, better life. I think it was something like Lou Gehrig's disease or something. I'm not a doctor or physician or any of that shit, or a lawyer attorney, so I don't know what it was. I think his daughter was suffering. I know he talked about it a few times in the stream. So I like watching this dude stream sometimes. So, he talks a lot of crazy shit and a lot of college toilet humor jokes, and he says a lot of like kiddish high school, college shit here and there, and occasionally he acts sometimes like a teenager sometimes, but he's a funny ass fucking dude. His jokes to me never get old. They don't get played out at all. It just made me laugh my freaking ass off, especially when I come back from work, my motel job. I'm super sad and depressed, anxiety, and sometimes once in a while end it all. I watch my boy Rich's streams. He saves my life sometimes. That's crazy and overreachingly insane in the membrane as that sounds. That's what he does for me, bro. Gives me hope. And sometimes he might be he talks about negative news sometimes. Sometimes he's a funny ass fucking fool, so. And I can understand maybe because he wants to take more care of his family and his wife a lot more. I can understand if he wanted to walk away from YouTube. I totally get it. I'm all right with that. I'm taking a different journey, a different path. Let's go on.
And that's what I was known for. I was known for something that a lot of people have moved on from, or have moved on to, let's keep it real, other creators for. Even though I still see like the space contracting. I've been doing this. I'm going to sound like Phil for a second, but here's where I'm different than Philip Burnell.
Oh, I forgot. He's always ragdogging those through big time, man. He's not ragging on that dude Darkside Philip Burnell. And there's a shit ton of people that ragged on him. He's ragging on Wings of Redemption, or he's talking a lot of old school shit about the other dude I used to be sub to, like the Quartering, or the other dude. Oh man, the one that the Act-Man got attacked by 2 years ago, Quantum TV. He's had a big time old school beast with a lot of people, but like he calls them out as exposés. And a lot of that shit that fool Quantum TV did last year and the year before was fucking goddamn, really fucking goddamn uncalled for. That shit made my blood boil to the max. What he did to his freaking wife last year he almost ended her. See, that's why I can't do like videos like that already. See right here? It's like my blood pressures are starting right. I can't cover stuff like that. That's why I didn't do any of the drama shit last year about Quantum TV. And because I was protecting the fool, I knew what was going on. And the other shit would get asthma goals. I'm not even jumping in that rabbit hole. The shit that he's got. This other dude, Muta, I already did a big giant video on it. See if I remember the link down below. Let's get back to my boy Rich.
Been doing this shit since 2008.
Wow, literally since like right before or during when I graduated high school. He's been doing this shit for a long time though. Dang.
I started making a living doing it in 2013, which
That's right around the time I finished college, university too. After I got my computer engineering degree. Wild.
I remember sitting down and all right. I remember when I first quit working on that overnight shift, and I woke up and it was like, holy shit, man. I do this for a living now. Like, I went from a shit job.
I already saw 2 people I loved for so many years. I already leave YouTube. My dude, Kirky Toby, dude Repsion. I think he's leaving. Mr. Repsion, he's leaving YouTube forever. Another one I wasn't subscribed to for a long time, Matthew Patrick. And my dude Rich is leaving, bro. I'm starting to get emotional with him, bro. No, man. I feel his pain.
I had a job where I thought it was a career, and they laid us all off, which was probably the biggest blessing in disguise because I was going through a bout of depression at that time.
Amen, brother.
And I'm sitting here making YouTube videos, and people watch them, and something I was doing for fucking free for how long? But you gotta know when to fold them, and you gotta see the paths. And right now, I love live streaming. I love it. I know there are so many goddamn clippable moments from those live streams too. That
there's so many of them that were clipped on there. I was tempted to even do a few clips on there too, but I don't expect to do his privacy a little bit. I guess he's done being emotional like I was, man. Heart touching, man. I never even met this my entire life, man. I was there when the other dude passed away and took his own life. The other dude, man. My dude does.
I could put here. I want to do video essays. There's someone that I finished a video game. Shout out to him. He does Netflix caliber work. I'm going to pick his brain one day. Nice guy too. You'll probably see a DM from me soon. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. I want to review mini disc recorders. I want to and if it takes me a month to put the video together, to put the goddamn production value in it, that's the kind of stuff I want to do. But it's
understandable. They're understandable.
The way things are now, it's been done. And I don't want to be like other channels where you could just tell that the way they're phoning it in. I don't want to do that. I want to give a shit about what I'm doing. I give a shit about live streams. I would I want to put that video together, doing a retrospective on all the Fear installments. But if I'm trying to look for something daily to do, I just can't. I can't get a team of writers. And I don't want to get a team of writers. I want it to come for me. I want the script to come for me. Jay will edit it. Jay's not out of a job. Don't worry. Jay is not fired, but he's fired. That's an ongoing joke.
Oh, that's good to know, man. He needs that full bit time as a job editor, man. I've heard a lot of the hell some of those dudes go through, man.
I want something that I can.
I want Rich for treating that bad. I hope it wouldn't.
People 10 years from now on the goddamn platform to look back from. And this mess of what I'm doing right now it worked for way too long. I can't believe how long me being this slob worked. But it's just, the daily stuff is just, it's been over. I've had people, not just Jay, I've had other people be like, Rich, it's a slump. Just keep making the news. Just keep making the news. And that's why I kept on boomeranging.
It might have been a stupor or slump or depression. I never know.
Back to it. And it worked for a while, but it's just not in me anymore. And the numbers thing is if you do this with the algorithm and you do this, if you do that, and then if you punch this in, and if your thumbnails look like this, and it's no, you have to make good fucking content. You have to make good content. That's what it's really about. It's really all the algorithm tricks in the world. Yes, I'm not saying everyone's completely wrong. Let me not say that either, because that's not true. There is a game. But at the end of the day, people have to be...
You got to be very careful how you play that game on any social media platforms, not just YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, AKX, or Twitch, or any of those places. Same with others. Actually, Kick and Rumble, you got to play that game way fucking well. That's that numbers viewership game that burns some people out. I get where that fool's coming from. As an old school commentator, YouTuber, like content creator, I get exactly where this guy's coming from.
Interested in your shit. That's what it's really about. People have to want to watch you. You could have no thumbnail. There are people on this platform that have no thumbnail. They don't even make it 16:9 and get 10 million views a video because they like the person behind it.
Big one.
And it's not even an age thing, too, because you could be a new creator in your 60s, and if you have a fresh idea, you're a fresh face. Even though I'm younger than you, I'm not fresh at this.
Right.
I'm not new at this. And I should be focusing on something like the live streams that are doing well for me instead of kicking the can down the road, trying to life support a relic from a different era, which was gaming news and whatever other slop I put up. And I'd rather not make that slop. Even if I put out a video once, I put up clips from my live streams, which will go here. I'm sorry if you don't want that. And then I'll do a bigger high production value video once every 4 goddamn months, like the Fear video. I know how much work those are going to be. It's insane. But I'll love it, and it'll be something that I'm proud of. What I have on this channel now was from a different time. And I think, Jay, you know it too. The live streams are doing great, even when Jay streams himself. You guys, it's a smaller audience, but man, you guys love when Jay streams. It's a different flavor. He streams on the weekends. So I got to be a realist. I got to be self-aware. And I have to go with my gut, which is large. And there's a fork in the road right now. And I have to go where I see my future. And I see my future in a different direction than what I'm doing on here right now. Hey, this will be the only edit in here. I'm even going to leave in the burp. This is Rich of...
Oh, man, don't ever change, boy. Definitely don't change, my dude, Rich. I understand where he's coming from big time, and I'll get to that in a second.
Whatever the hell I am now, signing out. I followed my instincts before, and they haven't served me wrong, so I'm going to follow them again. If you want to keep supporting me, awesome. Like I said, there'll be clips up here. There'll be bigger format videos, like 3 times a year up here at most, because they're a lot of work. Then great. If you want to move on because I'm not going to have news like you see now, I totally understand. But I'm going to follow my instincts like I always have. And I know when it's time for a change. I feel the change. I want the change. And here we are. Have a good one.
I'm going to, man. There was another video he posted. Oh, there's another one. YouTube. Oh, my boy, man. I see where it is. I really, really want to know where he goes with this, bro. Because I'm worried for the dude, man. I really am. I don't know the dude IRL personally, but like his mental health and all that, I can't evaluate him because I ain't no therapist or psychologist. But man, I remember he did a really old documentary video about the original Nintendo, NES, SNES. It took him like a good 3-6 months to make that video too, man. It was some good high quality shit. If I remember at all to put that in search box below. I think this is an old playlist unless he privated the video, but I'll see you guys in a second. See the part 2 of this one. I want to hear what part 2, the future of ReviewTechUSA. Oh, okay, so this is a little while ago. I missed it. We're on January 27th. It's almost 4.5 days ago, but I want to see what my dudes got to say about him, man. I really do. Real, like, humble, chill dude, man. He's always had a good heart in his shoulder, even though I don't know him IRL personally, but funny all those years, man. He's given me so many good laughs. He made me cry a few times, and he made me like puzzle myself. Like, what? He got that OG comedy shit that I used to watch a lot when I was in high school and college, like Robot Chicken, Adult Swim, Tim and Eric show. Every time he does that little quote thing, he says, "You blew it." It was funny. All right, let's get it started, man. Like I said, I'm not stealing no content from Rich. I'm putting my own commentary on that, like transparency shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rich of ReviewTechUSA. You may know me as the hairy man on this channel with hair, and you probably saw my previous video saying that that was it for news and things were going to change here. And that's an accurate video. Going forward, we're going to be doing a couple things. I'm actually joined today by Jay. He's my editor. He also flies from Canada to serve me coffee occasionally.
That fool's way fun. I know they got a lot of dark satirical humor. Reminds me of Adult Swim and Comedy Central. That OG edginess shit, which is extremely rare to find here on YouTube. It's almost completely disallowed almost like breaking the laws and regulations and privacy policies, TOS, on YouTube, which is sad, but it's a bitch. But at least on the live streams, they're okay with that.
In a maid's outfit. And he was joining me today because we have to give you a game plan. We can't just end on a video like that and just be like, hey, things are changing. See ya. So there's a few pointers here that I thought that were important that we talk about. The focus here is going to be more on higher production value content. And there's going to be a couple tiers to that. One is going to be, and it was an interesting thing, an audience member from my live streams, which we'll talk about later, made a good suggestion. Rich, why don't you make laid back and call them like stoned reviews, which that may not be the name, where you go over
about the stone reviews. Calm and laid back. I could get with that.
Like old weird tech, like this Nintendo that's actually like 70% of this video is recorded in front of me. Those will be videos that we could do like once a week, maybe more. Don't want to promise that. I rather under promise and over deliver, and then instead of vice versa.
Totally understand that. Crystal clear speech about that, Rich.
Also going to be doing game reviews. For example, it's Pal World. I'm an old man. I'm going to be playing that. I actually purchased it on Steam yesterday, so I know it's on Xbox Game Pass, but I want to play it on multiple different places. So anyway, we're going to do
fun with that one, man. I already played it a little bit on Steam. I'm addicted to Zelda. I mean, because I was real hardcore, like Monster Hunter fan too. As far as the Fortnite element, I'm not crazy about it, but slowly kind of sort of gravitating to me a tiny microscopic bit. But we'll see what happens with that.
A video on that. That's the kind of stuff we're going to do. Future games. There's going to be games that I'm not interested in that Jay will review because he's familiar with genres of games that I don't play. So you'll have Review Tech Canada. He's a handsome man. We're going to have that coming up in the future. And we're also going to have, and this is going to be like semi-annually or annually, my dogs are killing themselves downstairs, where we do like retrospective, like on Fear. I know I've been talking about that for ages. Or we do something with the Soul series. Or if there's a series of games that Jay wants to do, I'll be on board with him. We'll both do the research together.
And is that to do Jay here more on his channel, more than just on the live streams? All right. I see you, Rich. Cool.
And those will be projects from, not to sound corny, from the heart. I don't want to hire outside script writers. I want it to be from us, like I said in the video. I want it to be authentic. I wanted to go in this direction with the channel for a while. I've actually wanted to do this for Jay can vouch for me for years, and now is the time to do it. Also, too, beyond that, this set
behind a fresh new leaf, man. However that saying goes, started to turn over a new leaf. I don't know.
As you see, it's starting to be dismantled behind me, is going to change. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with those OLED monitors, but those are going to. So that may be something you see slowly changing over time. I have stuff ordered from Amazon. I'm going to change the layout of the desk. The piss yellow background you see when I review things is going away finally. No more urine yellow backgrounds, because nothing reeks of professionalism, I mean to say. I just made up a new word. Like having a urine-colored wall. So there's going to
See, it's little funny little jokes and hot take moments like that are made me stay with the dude for almost 8 years, man. It's wild.
A lot of changes to content. Other things too. I've bought a bunch of mini disc equipment, and I've been saying for a while I want to show you how to take Spotify and Apple Music and get the stuff onto mini disc so you can immortalize music that you pay a subscription for that you do not own. So those are some big things.
I'll be on the lookout for those videos, Rich. Oh, trust me or not.
There may be a
so.
couple things I'm forgetting here, but the point is that it's time as a 42-year-old man to move on from just simply doing gaming news with the occasional review like once or twice a year. I actually look at one of the people that I genuinely respect on this platform, and I'll have a link to his channel below, is I Finished a Video Game. That's the kind of content that Jay and I would do once or twice a year, but his videos are Netflix caliber, multi-hour videos going over the Castlevania series in detail, literally every major game. There's some crap mobile stuff that he left out, but I don't blame him. That's the kind of stuff that we want to do. We want to have something that, whether it's a month from now or 10 years from now, you're going to want to watch. And I've wanted to do this for a while, but when you do things like daily basis stuff like news, you kind of get hamstrung. And then on top of it, when you're streaming, you get hamstrung because then, like for example, I'm streaming tonight at 6, you have other things that you have to do. And I rather focus on content that, one, Jay and I are passionate about, and two, we know it just has legs, and on top of it too, it's something that we'll be proud of and people will want to see for years.
Yeah, you want to make it like a greener pastures, or forever evergreen pastures videos. I know my boys, and boys like Tyler Magnus and Omni, Steven Silverberg, they've said something about that. You want to make your videos and video content creations long-lasting, like greener pastures, completely evergreener pastures forever. You want more and more people to watch it all the time. It's something like little kids always want to watch Minecraft like 1,000,000% of the time. Fortnite, even though one day that's going to change eventually. But time's out, 2027, way out in 2030s. That's going to be nostalgia for Generation Z and Gen Alpha. Who knows? That would be like how I see the old school versions of Rayman, Crash Bandicoot, Fire Dragon. The other two they never did a remake for. Sony, I'm looking at you. Bubsy, they never did one for that. Or Tide to Tasmania Devil, Jack and Daxter. Fucking, what's it called? Gex the Gecko. I would love to see some sort of remastering, reboot for those video games, but fortunately may not happen. I see where Rich is coming from on that point and aspect as well. Not for my intervening.
On years to come. Jay, you're a man. Do you have anything to add to this?
I just want to say last year when Rich was going through the difficult time, I stepped in front of the camera and I was extremely nervous.
That thing I was talking about, like, his daughter having that sickness, skin disease sickness, man. That's the difficult time he was talking about. Oh, I said thoughts and prayers. Hopefully Jesus God heals that awesome like daughter of his, man. Cause that must have been, he must be going through hell off camera with that shit, man. I can't even imagine the patience of a saint he's got to be going through with that, man. It's got to be torturous, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, man. Well, it's good to his editor, Jay.
Now, of course, I have a 15-year legacy on YouTube. That's a joke. And yeah, I'm used to reviewing video games. So I'm super excited to be able to come in front of you guys now and review games with Rich, or sometimes there's going to be genres that he's not into and vice versa that we're going to review on the main channel here. So I hope you guys tune in for my reviews on my own and the ones that Rich and I do together. We're going to be doing Pal World, which is a game about Pokemon with guns. I'm excited about that. I've been playing it on my Xbox, and it's actually a lot of fun. I'm also going to be doing the new Like a Dragon game. Comes out on the 26th of this month, so stay tuned for that review. I'll be doing that probably on my own, and I hope you guys support it, and I hope you guys...
Yesterday, but then this video was a little bit older, so I can't wait to see that. Maybe I'll do it on my own time there.
Enjoy the content that we'll be producing this year. Thanks, guys.
On top of it, too, let's talk news. It's dead. But when there is absolutely astronomical things to talk about, for example, if Nintendo comes out tomorrow and they announce the Switch 2 and Shigeru Miyamoto comes out naked in a YouTube video, which I often daydream about, and he displays the Switch 2.
Oh, dude, there he goes with those wisecracker jokes, man. Means in the end, I know two other fools I know that do it. It's like Mudahar and the other fool penguins.
Of course, Jay and I are going to make a video on that as my earpiece falls out. But it's not going to be like me sitting here, fat man regurgitating in front of a camera. Jay and I are going to kind of have a higher production and like panel discussion about it. Maybe there's things I liked about the Switch 2 that Jay didn't, or vice versa, and there'll be more substance to it. It's not going to be done in the format that you're seeing now. As you obviously see behind me, I'm starting to clean this room up and get it ready for the changes. So if that is the kind of news you'll see. So the daily stuff, dead. Even weekly stuff, dead. But if there's a major thing like a new console or something that's like groundbreaking, of course Jay and I will cover it, but it'll be in a different format and never the same as it was now. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are looking forward to this. Trust me, it'll be worth your while. Obscure, strange stuff we're also going to get from Amazon and AliExpress to review. We know you guys love that. I don't think any of those videos have done bad.
Funniest ass freaking ones he does from Amazon, especially AliExpress. Dude, that it mind blows me in a shit ton of laughter, man. I always get the loud ass, extremely laugh out loud, old school LOL, LMFAO moments when he reviews old like band and fake ass freaking bootleg shit stuff from AliExpress. That shit, that's the whole reason I subbed to his channel way back in late 2014, way back in the day. Unless we want to.
And I love reviewing it too, because some of those are absolutely hilarious with the pirated games and things that they put on there. So you'll be seeing a lot of that as well. Those are easier videos to make. I have fun making them, and we could get those to you on a fairly regular basis. So that's the direction I've wanted to go with this channel for years. And with the live streams being as successful as they are, thanks to you guys, we're able to make this happen, and we really appreciate that. So this is Jay and Rich signing off. Thank you if you continue to support me, and we'll see you soon in in the next live stream. I'll be live streaming tonight with a very special guest at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you want to listen to my hip-hop music, which sounds really corny coming out of my mouth, I also have a music channel. That's something else I've been working on as well. Jay and I...
His other one, yeah, he makes some bomb-ass fire lit. It's a bop, it's a slap. His shit is good, bro. I didn't know he was like 2 years ago until 2021, 2022. He was like a rap hip-hop producer. He makes some good-ass music beats, man. That's not even me, like, trying to kiss the dude's accent. Please, he's a natural-born, like, freaking producer, inventor, like, musician when it comes to all those rhythmic beats that he does on this little, like, high-class, high-technological radio, like, staff, like, studio. It's good. I've heard it. That's not even me trying to kiss his ass or kiss his balls or anything. That shit. If any of you guys like underground rap hip-hop or old school, like 80s, 90s, early 2000s rap hip-hop, you'll love his shit and his music, rap beats, and hip-hop underground beats.
I want to be more creative, not just talk about news, and I think it'll be worth your while that we're using our talents instead of just becoming a news channel. This is Rich and Jay signing out. Have a good one. Now I need to cover up this piss yellow wall.
Nice. Alright, so that's it. Dang, bro, it's wild. I'm glad he's doing his thing, man. I really am. One, 2 thoughts, views, and opinions I have is speculations. I was like, And then not really speculations, maybe thoughts and opinions. Like, man, bro. See him do like a high panelized, personalized panel. Like, I wonder if he's gonna be like those other two, even though they're comedian knuckleheads sometimes, but they're funny though. Like Cartier Family and these other African American black channels, like that one, or Abba and Preach, or the other one, the Shay Shay one, whatever. They interview cowboys. I don't know if he's gonna turn into a channel like that. I mean, if he does, I'm totally 100 billion% down with that shit as well. I'm totally cool with that, no matter what. And then number 2, these are going on long, so it's been a half hour. Let's cut the outro again. Yeah, I hope he does like. It'd be really, really cool if him and Jay did like video game music stuff. I'm just throwing thoughts at my boy Rich and Jay Hoof, the Canadian dude that's his editor or whatever. Like, I'd be cool if they did like video game music reviews. That'd be really, really awesome. So I'll do that. In my opinion, I know it's both their channels at the end of the day. Just throwing like cool, inventive ideas out there. See what they do, or like tier list stuff. And if they threw that on the channel, I would. Damn well. I'm into like stuff, old school stuff like facts and trivia, icebergs, origin stories of video games or movies or music or books or any of that stuff. Whenever I'm not doing like my YouTube stuff here, that's what I'm into most of the time when I'm off of the platform. And that's it. So guys, if you're not monitor, peace out, ladies and goodbye. Stay extra safe, stay cautious. Glad Rich isn't completely leaving YouTube forever. I'm glad he's given a spruce up to his channel. It's a little bit of an upgrade. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm out. Stay extra safe, stay cautious. Ladies, goodbye. Talk to you soon. I'm out. And congrats. I know he did last year, but I'm glad he hit 1 million subscribers. Later.